You know?
And it's a little bit catchy, I'd have to say.
Yeah. It's a joke, you know, but it's you know, got a lot of laughs.
Yes.
Breaking 19, breaking 19. And it's like an old wives' tale. Were you actually selling oil out of the back, or at least giving away oil the back of an 18-wheeler before you put Lucas oil on a bottle? How did this whole thing literally start from the man who started Lucas Oil?
Well, I did. I had a truck before I started out using making the oil for my own trucks. But yeah, I sold some out of the back of the truck. I delivered a lot of like that. No problem at all. For sure did.
So did you stop at truck stop saying this is the oil that's going to keep your rigs on the road much longer than the other stuff that's on the shelf?
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I did. And because it was true. I did a lot of testing and stuff, made sure everything was what I said it was going to be. There was no sense in making it if it wasn't going to make it better. I was trying other stuff and it wasn't good enough. So I blundered onto some additive that nobody else has still ever blundered onto. And then plus the fact I knew what the problems were with vehicles, you know, how much they needed. I could easily put in the right amount. The trucking industry, you know, there was a lot of magazines out at the time. We had CB radios that just come out. They were very popular. So I was able to get the word out to everybody, and the truck drivers go down the road talking about, hey, you know, I just put some stuff in there and Lucas oil, and I'm gained 20 pounds oil pressure, you know, which was huge back then. And I had the fuel treatment already made too. So we, my own trucks, I went up from 4.5 miles a gallon, which is what most trucks got back then, up to 5 miles a gallon. And
what was your CB name, Forrest Lucas? Your CB, if you were telling people on the CB what to put in their engines, that Lucas Oil was the bomb, what was your CB name? How did you call to them?
Alcoholic.
What?
Nobody else used the name alcoholic. All the other good names, you know, dozens of people been using. I was up one time. I'm going to call myself an alcoholic because not that I was an alcoholic, just that it's a different name. You know?
And it's a little bit catchy, I'd have to say.
Yeah. It's a joke, you know, but it's you know, got a lot of laughs.
Yes.
Breaking 19, breaking 19. It's the alcoholic. Got some bears in there, but I got some Lucas oil transmission fix over here at exit 43 off of 95, eh? Right?
You must have done this before.
Forrest, I'm old enough. I had a CB in my Gremlin, bro. My name was Soccer Kid. Soccer Kid, breaker 1313. We got a couple of bummers up in the air. Look at those trucks flying by. We must have some smokies behind about a mile back. Come on.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Wow. You can do it. Wow. Good job. You're a national radio now, then.
Right.
Forrest, can you believe who this guy is? He was a beer guy. Now he drinks wine. No kids. Now he fawns off of his daughter. I mean, who is this guy?
Who is Kenny?
It's okay. It's just Kenny, though, right?
Yeah, just Kenny. Yeah. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Right?
You know?
When you started this oil company way back when for trucks, did you ever think you'd be having such a massive line of products, including sanitizer, for crying out loud?
No. I had no idea. We make more different products than any oil company in the world.
Here's this guy just a couple decades ago selling oil off the side of the road, and now you are everywhere. I mean, it blows my mind. So I can only imagine you and Charlotte sometimes sit back and are like, wow, we did this. What is going on here?
No, we didn't sit alongside the road, something like that. We did do a lot of work. The trade shows, we did lots and lots of trade shows getting it sold. And, I knew when we started, how are we going to sell it? We're going to go out and call on everybody with a whole bunch of people, or just do a lot of advertising. But I knew I had something nobody else had, and there was a need for it, a big need. And we were starting to talk about emissions at the time. So I knew when our fuel treatment, when I got the extra half mile a gallon, I also noticed that my smoke was about all gone. Looking at that, you know, I could see that my emissions were down. And I went and had it tested. Sure enough, my emissions were about down to nothing. We did some testing in the Navy and places like that proved all that stuff. That they called on me, I didn't call on them, but they did a lot of testing on it. So that just made it better for me. I learned more things from them than I even knew myself.
Let's go back to the beginning. When you were looking down the road and you were just trying to get your company launched, you were selling the brand Lucas Oil. Did you see Lucas Oil Stadium, Lucas Oil Productions, Lucas MAVTV, all the things? I know I still smile when I look at a baseball game and I see Lucas Oil come up behind all the batters. I bet, do you do the same thing, or do you ever get used to seeing that?
To some extent, I suppose probably do, but I enjoy seeing it. When I see a baseball game or basketball game or see our name up there, I always kind of, I like the fit. Yes, that's so good. I had no idea we'd ever do all these things that we did.
How did the original conversation start, Forrest Lucas, about putting your name on the side of a football stadium in downtown Indianapolis?
Well, I knew they were going to build it. They started building it. They started digging on it. I've been talking about it for a long time. But one of my guys that works for me said, why don't you go out there and make them an offer? Because they couldn't find anybody that would sponsor it. It cost too much, no way to do it. And I started driving home back from southern Indiana. And I got to think about, I don't know what they're going to charge, what they're charging. So maybe I can do it, So I called him back. I said, find out how much they want, how much they're trying to get. So I went and talked to him, Colts. We had I had a real good guy working for the Colts at the time. But the Colts were doing a real good job back then. Colts were the team.
This is pre-Super Bowl, before they won the Super Bowl, because you guys were there, right?
Yes. So we made a deal. And I got crazy and made it for 20 years because I thought, well, with the way the money was changing in 20 years from now, it'd probably be little or nothing, But,
was there much negotiation that went on? Were you bidding against anybody else to get the name on the side of the stadium?
No, just no. There's nobody else trying to get it. But I was trying to get all I could out of it.
Right.
Trying to get all they could. We're the only court in the country that has a stadium, inside stadium there, the plaza, the Lucas Oil Plaza, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Where we have all the race cars and stuff sitting in there. Everybody's wishing they had one of those now, but we got the only ones. Because first you got to have a Lucas Oil go along with it if you're going to do it, which they don't have. But they also got their building already built, and there's no place to put anything like that in there.
Not too shabby. Forrest Lucas joining us here, Speed Freaks Pits. And you and Jim Irsay have something that Jerry Jones doesn't have. Ha, ha, ha.
That's true. That is true.
Them's fighting words with this Cowboys fan, Forrest. Come on, buddy.
Actually, we're doing a deal with the Cowboys on the side, too, as you probably already know.
Yeah, you're the official oil of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and the Colts was okay with that. In fact, they suggested we do that.
In essence, that's kind of leading you down the road, I would think, to being the official oil or additives of the NFL. Maybe baby steps.
That'd be a baby step. I'm not trying to do that yet, but you never know what the future holds.
Look at that smile.
I know.
Somebody's talking about that already. You're trying. Well, you never know what the future holds. That's like the hustler in the pool. Is this that game where you hit the white ball and that big? Look at the smile on his face. He's talking right.
One of the main reasons for poor vehicle performance is a dirty fuel system. It can cause decreased fuel economy and actually do harm to your engine over time. By adding Lucas fuel treatment to your vehicle, it cleans and lubricates the entire fuel system, pump, carburetors, fuel injectors, and valves as you drive. It also improves your vehicle's performance. It's a non-solvent product designed to protect both gasoline and diesel engines. Lucas fuel treatment. It works.
Hey, Forrest, all these things that you've done in your career, and it's a question that's asked a guy of your significance from time to time, of the achievements, whether it was race wins with an IndyCar race, or the side of a building with the Indianapolis Colts, or that people are chasing you for these additives and these concoctions that you've come up? What's been one or two of your biggest victories as the founder of Lucas Oil? Can you put your finger on a couple of, again, mountainous climbs that you've achieved in your lifetime?
It all goes back to the oil company. Now, we got a lot of stuff going on, MAVTV, we got lots of stuff happening, but it all goes back to selling the oil. And the best thing about selling oil is not the fact that we've made a lot of money, but the fact that we have saved the people of this world billions and billions and billions of dollars in repairs. And a lot of real poor people, in Mexico and other countries, where the parts are very, very, very expensive, and the fuels are bad, the oils are bad. So if they can fix a transmission, an automatic transmission, which is normally here in the United States to be a $4,000 deal, but you can go out there and fix that for a $20 bottle of oil, special oil, transfix, then you save somebody a whole lot of money.
That would be a feel-good story that just never stops. You're right. Helping so many people that you don't even realize on a day-to-day basis needed your product, and how it saves them tons of money in the process. That's amazing.
I've thought about that for a long time, knowing from the beginning what was happening, because it would already happen to us. What happened to us happened to all the truck stops. And then we had the two fuel treatment and a stabilizer. And then I had a guy come to work for me, a young man down in New Orleans, and he'd been working in the auto parts industry. So he said we should put it in there. I said, well, I got to add a couple more things to that to have enough to make a display. So at the time, General Motors, their rack and pinions, every power steering unit they had a problem with it. So we knew we could fix that. And the transmission fix, that it just went from 3 speeds up to 4 speeds. And all those 3 speeds weren't that expensive to fix, but the 4 speeds were. And it took a while for those to start wearing out, but they went from $400 or $500 to fix your 3 speed up to $3,000 or $4,000 to fix your transmission nowadays. Well, you put this transmission fix in there from the time it's new, you should never have a problem. But if it starts going bad on you at 100,000 miles or whatever it is, start slipping, put this in there, and you can usually bring it back to life if you didn't let it go too far. Most all of them are fixable with our stuff.
Forrest, you were on the show once, I don't know how long ago it was, maybe 10, 15 years ago. I remember it was at Lake Elsinore at an off-road race. And you mentioned, somewhat by surprise, you were in the midst of transitioning part of your company, especially in the marketing side, from putting your name on individual cars to putting your name on a series. And ultimately, when you had all these series, then you were able to make sense to launch MAVTV. Those were decisions that were probably very different than just going in the lab, making up new additives, and just being in the oil business. Your business now is almost equal to production as well as series promotion, as well as car sponsorship. Was that a plan, or did that just unfold as you went along?
That unfolded as it went along. I didn't go out there with the destiny in mind. We went along as things showed up. Hey, we can do this, hey, we can do that. And very rarely did we make a mistake. To tell you the truth. I'm talking about my wife, Charlotte. She was my partner in this whole thing. Still, as time went, and we got into drag racing, I think, first, sponsoring the drag racing series, we still do. And we actually, on top of that, I just had to think about it, we've made some movies too.
Right.
Yeah.
13 different movies. Yeah.
13. I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah. 13.
Is that still a growing part of the Lucas Oil
Yeah,
empire that
those are
you
still out
wanted?
there, right? When people buy them for their television series, I think that's like at least 4 years they have to buy for.
Ooh, nice.
And, yeah, and that's going overseas real good too. We got I think now that just another 20th country's taking it on board right now. I've got guys overseas love what we're doing, the racing we're doing. It's all motorsport. We are the motorsports station in the world now.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But okay, you've got the movies, you've got MAVTV. I've seen the productions. They're amazing. And when is it going to be? I mean, I'm hearing rumors that it's out there. Somebody's writing this script. Oh, that would be you. You and Charlotte, how you met. Was it really in a barber's chair? Did she really cut your hair? When is that movie coming out? And tell us about this script.
Well, I didn't no idea there was a script about it.
No, there's not really.
But you're right about how we met. You know, she was cutting my hair. She had a barber shop, and this is a period of time when it was cool for guys to have long hair and a mustache and sideburns.
Ooh, pictures, please.
So the regular haircut guys, well, it was closed up. The barber shops were all closed. So you had to find something like that. Well, I had a girlfriend at the time who had been down to see Charlotte. And so she said, well, I know where you can go down and get your haircut. So I did. But I'd seen her before. She didn't know it, but I saw her. And I thought that when I did, I think that's the prettiest woman I've ever met in my life.
There you go.
And, so I kind of started making passes at her, and she was single at the time. And good thing I got her when I did, because there's a lot of other guys wanting to get her, I think.
See, this can be a movie script. This will be Forrest Productions. This is it.
Oh my gosh.
Forrest, who would play you? Who would you hire as your actor to play you in your movie? And who would you hire to play Charlotte?
I have not thought about any of those things, and I'm not going to right now.
Steve McQueen play Forrest, and Anne Margaret play Charlotte.
Ooh, if we could, yeah.
If you could.
Right. You're turning over a large part of the company to your son, Morgan, who we watched grow up from a 17, 18-year-old guy that was alcohol class and then moved his way into Top Fuel. With him taking over a lot of the business, has that been tough for you to allow him to come in and take over some of the chairs that you sit in? Or do you welcome Morgan coming in and taking this thing over?
I welcome him coming in.
Right.
It's a big deal. He runs it past me, and I want him to learn everything he can, so he can do this. Because otherwise, he can't. I don't know what we'd have to do. I don't want to have to sell this thing, but I want to keep it alive so that all the people who worked for me all these years, and most people here do not think this is a job. It's more of this is a lifetime job. It's a career, and I want to keep this open for them, as well as keep it out there making the stuff for the rest of the world. So, and Morgan he gets it all. He gets it all. He's a very smart guy. Got a wonderful life. Really, really wonderful. Beautiful girl.
There's a definite common theme Lucas, obviously you guys make oil, you make cleaners, you sponsor sports teams and series, but the theme throughout a lot of this interview indirectly has been people. The product helps people who need it most. You want to keep the company going and have Morgan learn as much as he can about it to help the people that you have employed and the ones that want to stay on board for their lifetime careers. So Lucas Oil is people.
Pretty bright girl.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, no, you got it.
I like that.
I hadn't thought about it to that extent, but you're exactly right, I think.
Well, I'll never forget several of the first years after we met you, your 4th of July parties at the plant down in Southern California they were legendous. And I will never forget you basically helping kids paint their faces. It was all about you helping your employees have a fun time with their families. Epic. And that theme has stuck with you. It's been great.
Thank you. I wanted those kids and wives to enjoy at least a couple of days a year.
Oh.
We have a Christmas party, a big, really nice Christmas party with lots of gifts and a real Santa Claus, the closer you can get to Santa Claus and his wife. And then in the summertime, we had the big party out there with all the race cars and motorcycles and all the people show up there and shaking hands and all the good food that they want can eat. So I never forgot that. Still remember it. And I know what a big deal it was to us as a family members. So when I got a chance to do that same thing, it comes back to my mind that this is what I could do and how much this kid would enjoy that.
Forrest, over your left shoulder, you have, you could take the label off of that bottle, but we would know that it is a Lucas Oil product. Was your intention to build and brand your products as different as possible? Because you go in the shelves at AutoZone, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Advance, Napa, I go on and on, CarQuest, and the unique build of that Lucas Oil bottle, whatever the product is, it's just different than everybody else. Was that your intent?
Absolutely. I did not realize that I had a talent, and I'm not bragging about myself. I'm just something I've discovered years after I got started, that I have a talent most other people don't have as far as advertising. And that bottle, that red, white, and blue bottle, when I started this, everybody used a one color bottle and one color on the bottle. Well, I had a white bottle, made our bottle white where it stands out, and then put red, white, and blue. And those are the Pepsi-Cola colors. If you ever want to know exactly what I do, you go to a paint store and call it, you want the Pepsi-Cola colors. That's it. And I had that done before I realized it. The paint guy told me that. Anyhow, that's what we did there. And all the writing on there, I wrote it. There's a lot of big words in the oil business. All the words in there are the biggest of fifth grade language. Everything. Wow. You should be able to read it. It's all you can read without your reading glasses. You read it without your reading glasses. And so those are all things that nobody else has got. And when you use the darn stuff, it works.
Yes, there it is.
When did you incorporate? What year was that?
89.
What's the first bottle that you or first ingredient that you incorporated or that you patented?
The oil stabilizer.
Yeah.
And then the little gear demonstrator, where you turn that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Never made that. That was, there again, this is one of those things that was a big hit. Cost money. But it really gave us a name out there. We started out in truck stops and started putting it out of auto parts stores. And with the idea in mind that you put it down in front of the cash register for the guys waiting in line for the guy in front of them to get moved. They'll be sitting down there. So you reach over and turn it and ask the guy, this stuff really work? Something like that. And the guy, yeah, sure does.
Well, all those kids that walk up and play with that little stabilizer unit that you're talking about, and their old man turns over and looks, what are you playing? Yeah, Lucas Oil. It works.
Yeah.
And the kid goes, yeah, Dad, it works.
It works.
It works.
Wow. Well, Forrest, this has been our pleasure. Hopefully this time with Speed Freaks was a little reminiscent for you. It's been awesome doing this, and we can't thank you enough for believing in these three wackos here that you want to be a part of our partnership. And I wouldn't have believed that you'd be with us for the 20 plus years, but we thank you very much for you and all your crew to allow us to be a part of your family over these last couple of decades.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully we'll be here for a lot longer.
Yeah, right.
You guys are like family. So, and you've been very successful in what you're doing. And I like that. I like that a lot. All three of you guys, you're just great people. And I look forward to seeing you next year. Okay.
Oh, we'll see you hopefully sooner. Yeah,
Right.
sooner.
All right.
Forrest, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion,
Eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.